Airports are places where rules and order should protect everyone. But what happens when prejudice disguises itself as entitlement? A disabled passenger boarded a flight with her trained service dog, finally feeling safe enough to travel. But moments later, a woman refused to sit near them, claiming her comfort mattered more than the passenger's rights. The tension grew, passengers watched, and the crew hesitated. Would justice be served, or would silence allow discrimination to win? What unfolded at 30,000 feet shocked everyone. Watch until the end. Wait a second. Tell us where you're watching from in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this. Amelia had always loved flying, though it had become more difficult after an accident left her partially disabled. Her golden retriever, Max, was more than a companion. He was her service dog, trained to assist her with mobility and calm her when anxiety surged. Together, they gave her freedom again. That morning, Amelia felt nervous yet hopeful as she boarded her flight. She had checked every regulation, carried all documents, and prepared herself for the usual stares. Sitting down, she tucked Max neatly at her feet, feeling proud of how calmly he adjusted. Around her, passengers settled in, the cabin buzzing with chatter and the hum of engines. For Amelia, this trip symbolized progress, proof she could live fully again. She didn't yet know that within minutes, her dignity would be tested in front of an entire plane of strangers. It began innocently enough. A woman stopped by Amelia's row and frowned. Her eyes darted to Max, curled quietly by Amelia's legs. Instead of walking past, the woman froze, loudly declaring she would not sit near a dog. The flight attendant calmly explained it was a service animal. Still, the woman, now visibly agitated, snapped that her ticket entitled her to comfort, not inconvenience. Her voice carried, drawing attention. Amelia sat frozen, her cheeks burning, as if her very existence was the problem. Passengers whispered, some staring at Amelia, others at the woman whose demands grew bolder. She insisted the dog be removed, or that she be reassigned to another seat away from animals. Amelia's chest tightened. Max hadn't moved, his calmness a stark contrast to the chaos. The crew hesitated, clearly uncomfortable. For Amelia, each second stretched longer, humiliation sinking deeper. The situation escalated when the woman crossed her arms, blocking the aisle, refusing to budge. Her entitled stance turned the flight into a courtroom where Amelia's rights were on trial. Would they side with the loudest voice, or protect the passenger who had done nothing wrong? The answer would come from an unexpected source, one Amelia didn't even realize was on board. Just as tension reached its peak, a man in uniform rose from a seat near the cockpit. His pilot's badge glinted under the cabin lights. He wasn't just any passenger. He was the relief captain, flying standby. With firm authority, he reminded the crew and passengers of federal law protecting service animals and their handlers. Then he turned to the woman, his tone sharp but controlled. Her comfort, he explained, did not outweigh another person's rights. Gasps rippled as he ordered her to collect her belongings. For a moment, she sputtered, disbelief etched across her face. But the silence of the cabin and the unwavering stance of the pilot left no room for argument. She was escorted off the plane, her protests fading as she walked down the jet bridge. When the doors closed again, Amelia sat trembling, relief washing over her. Passengers murmured support, some even clapping quietly. But the moment carried weight far beyond applause. For Amelia, it wasn't just about keeping her seat. It was about being seen, defended, and treated with dignity. Max remained steady at her feet, a reminder of her strength. The incident was a mirror held up to society. How often do prejudice and entitlement try to silence the vulnerable? That day, justice spoke louder. But the question remains, how many others endure in silence when no one stands up? If you believe every person deserves dignity and respect, share this story. And tell us, what country and city are you watching from right now? Take care.